Programming. Prior to talk about neuro-linguistic programming, I want to tell you NLP is not invented science. It's not invented science, rather it is discovered science. Mostly people they talk about the credibility of this science. Let me explain you. This science has been discovered by some scientists in 1970. So it is just discovered. It was already existing. You and me, all people, they are applying in daily life. You may see some people, they are talking with the anecdotes, metaphors, some paradoxes. They are using witty language. They are using language that is appealing other humans. But there are some people, they are using language which is less appealing. So talk about the people, their language is appealing to other. They are using same language, but they are including some metaphors, some images, some kind of anecdotes and connecting with tales. So these are the technique of appealing to minds. So these techniques are existing in NLP, which are known, which are very prominent in NLP, and they are named with NLP techniques. So I'll be telling you about all these things. And prior to talk about NLP, I want to make sure that it is not invented science. It is discovered science. I want to give you example. You are just moving on your car and your car is not working. You are just stopped over there, and you are calling some people, and people are just passing by, and one of person, he is just a pedestrian and he is moving on the road. What happens? He just asks you what happens. So he just check your car, and with little effort, he is able to fix this car. You having this car, but you are unable to fix because you are not using your rational mind that time. You are totally emotional that time. Your car is not working. You are confused and baffled, and you are totally out of your rational mind. So this is what area of NLP. NLP sees how all our brain and how it is functioning, what is happening when something wrong happens in our mind, and what happens when good happens in our mind, how our brain is working, how our brain is just like CPU and processing informations. It sees. And neuro mean brain, and linguistic mean language, and programming what we form through linguistic and neuros. So what we form programs, what we are doing, whether it is empowering or disempowering, negative or positive, good or bad, so extremes or light. So whatever language you are using, it is programming our mind. So about 7 years, child is in a hypnosis state. There are certain waves in our brain. We've got delta waves, which is the low frequency wave. We've got gamma waves, which is the highest frequency waves. So these waves are running in our brains. So when our child is about to 7 years, he's in a hypnosis state. Whatever you are programming, it's being recorded. You have to give him confidence, empowering, good language, good metaphors, good stories, good behaviors. Whatever you are giving him, he will be downloading same behavior in future. Some people, they get emotional on trivial things, and they are abusing and they are screaming. So where did they get all these behavior? They have got all these behavior from their seniors, from their parents, from their surroundings. So whatever behavior you are sharing, whatever behavior you are representing, whatever behavior you are portraying to your children, they will be copying you, they will be downloading it in future, and they will be representing same to the world as well. So therefore you will be very careful while speaking, because you should select good words for yourself or other. How you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with other. NLP is an art of communications. It tells you how to communicate with society, how you resonate with society, how you interact with society, people, surrounding, and it is good for teacher as well. It's good for student. It is good for businessman, because a businessman may know about how to deal with client. Entrepreneur how to deal with other people, businessman how to deal with other businessmen. He will be knowing how to conduct beautifully. So this science is going to help you in various fields. You know how your brain chemicals, they are neurotransmitter, they are working. How you feeling happy, how you feeling sad, what is happening in your brain when you are sad, what is happening in your brain when you are happy, and how you can improve your communications. It also tells that NLP tells us 95% we are operating ourselves, we are conducting ourselves on the basis of our programmed. So whatever we are programmed, we are conducting ourselves. 5% we've got conscious mind, where our spirit is residing, where you as a spirit residing. It's known as conscious mind. 95% subconscious mind, which is hard disk, which is habit, which is your belief, which is your conditioned mind, which is your conditionings, which are your habits. So all these things are operating us. We consider that I am operating my life. So we usually consider about ourselves, we are operating ourselves, we are conducting this body. But 95% you are being conducted by the programs you are carrying. These are your habits, your beliefs, these are your autopilot behaviors, these are your conditioning, these are your regional conditioning, social conditioning, political conditionings, and all these things come up. They are operating you, they are conducting you. And one thing more, what I have learned from NLP, that our emotion, they always jump us. They are jumping ahead from our thoughts. So there are thoughts, there are emotions. So when we are emotionally charged, when we are emotional, what happens? It crosses our rational mind. What we want to do, we are not doing that. Rather, we are doing what our emotions are carrying us. They are taking us such a work that we don't want to do. It happens sometime in love, it happens sometime when you are too much emotional, it happens sometime you are in too much anger, it happens sometime you are so much excited. These things are carrying you here, there. We have to take control and take charge of our life, and take work what we want from our life. So if we learn about NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, it will be teaching us self-awareness, consciousness. It will be telling us, giving us choices. Having choice is better than having no choice. It tells us a map is not territory. It tells us how we conduct beautifully, being a teacher, being a professor, being a student, being a businessman, being a psychologist, being a psychiatrist. It is the need of the day, from PM to Prime Minister, because it's related to language. And it also tells us it is not mere our verbal language which is portraying message. As we've got presuppositions of NLP. So one of the presupposition of NLP, map is not territory. Whatever people are conveying word, whatever people are saying, these are not territory. Because there is a difference between saying and doing. There is a difference between map and reality, map and actual land. So don't believe on words if somebody is saying some words, because it's only 7%. 93% we've got non-verbal language, paralinguistic. That's gesture, postures, and people tones, and how people are reacting, behaving, showing, and conducting himself. So look at the facial expression, how people is feeling when he is talking. Know about the eyes of the person. Nowadays what happen? We've got lot of problem. We got friendship on phone, and they keep on talking on a phone, and through one modality we decide that this person is good for us. But we are caring about, we are giving less care to two main modalities, which is visual and kinesthetic as well. Always see how people feels. Always see how people visually conduct himself when he talks to you. So see other modalities as well. Don't rely on mere one modality which is just a D3. There are other modalities as well. We have to see how a person is presenting himself, how people is conducting himself, and you know about self-awareness. You know map is not territory. You know that failure is not feedback. You know that everything is giving me experience. You know that experience is a real source of knowledge. So whenever you learn about NLP, you learn that there are a lot of behaviors. These behaviors are automatically operating through NLP techniques, like how I am teaching my students. I'm using anecdote, I'm using metaphor, I'm using stories, I'm using tales, I'm telling a real experience. This way I am connecting with my student. I know what is sensory acuity, I know what is rapport building, I know what is flexibility. So all these things have given me a good kind of ability to present and conduct myself. So learn NLP techniques, follow us on our channel, the ESL Academy, where we are teaching NLP, what is NLP, what is founder of NLP, what are the techniques of NLP, what are the NLP therapies. So we are teaching all these things. Just follow us and learn knowledge about NLP. Stay blessed and happy.